Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. This week's top 10 list is the top 10 items for my Christmas in November auction. Now, that title is a little deceiving, and the reason for that is you guys know every month I do an auction, and every month I'll do 5 or 6 items. I put them up for bid, and I put a buy it now price. So I'll put a bid price and then I'll put a buy it now price. And what that does is that makes sure that whoever actually takes home the item is getting it for a deal. I don't want anybody bidding $500 on an item that's only worth $10. Okay. So my buy it now auctions are set up in a way to make sure that whoever gets it is getting it at a good price. Now, I've been promoting my Christmas in November auction, which is coming up the second Tuesday of November. It goes live at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And for those of you who want to bid, I accept PayPal, Cash App, I accept check or money order. I have a Zelle account. There's all kinds of ways that I can take payment. The way you bid, you simply leave a comment for the item number. This is not the auction. I've been telling everybody that I'm going to do a big auction for Christmas. And you guys voted and chose November for the day of my big auction. I'm going to be showing you 10 items today. But there will probably be closer to 25 items in that particular auction. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to have 20 of them the way that you've always seen. And then I'm going to put 5 items up on eBay starting at $1 with no reserve. So not only do you get to actually bid on stuff on YouTube, but you can also go to eBay and those auctions will be open for a full week starting at $1. High bidder gets it. And yeah, so we'll have it going 2 different ways. We'll have it going on YouTube and we'll have it going on eBay. So, I decided I was going to do a top 10 list showing 10 of the items that are definitely going to be there. And like I said, there's probably going to be 20 to 25 items total. So this is just enough to wet your whistle. All right, number 10 this week. It's a pair of notes. It is my Cook Island notes. These are going to be one of the items I put up on eBay starting at $1. High bid's going to take it. I have the 1992 Cook Islands, what is this, a $3 bill with the woman riding the shark. And you've got the canoe on this side. This is the 1992 version of that $3 Cook Islands. I've done a number of videos on this. And then this is the polymer note. Similar design, the woman riding the shark. Similar design on the back, but the updated version, man with a canoe. So yeah, the pair of notes. These are going to go up. The $3 Cook Islands, what is that, $6 face value? I don't know what the, I don't know how they, what the conversion is. But I'm going to put these up starting at $1 on eBay. That is number 10 for the preview. Number 9. Whenever I post one of these, it always gets a bunch of excitement. This is a $50 note from Canada, and you can look right there. It says Ottawa 1975, so it's a 1975 Canadian $50 bill. I am always blown away by how intricate the inking is on here, how many different colors they have in such a small area. To me, that's just mind-blowing. The fact that they did this in 1975 and the fact that our money is so plain compared to what they did 50 years ago. But that's not what makes this note special. What makes this $50 bill special is on this side. The Canadian Mounties. I mean, that is just so cool. And as you get even closer on there, then you can really appreciate all the detail, all the color, all the fine little gold in all the saddles all the way around. Just an impressive note. The $50 Canadian from 1975. Yeah, whenever I put one of these up, people get excited, and these usually go quick, so I figured I should probably get one for Christmas. That is number 9. Number 8. This is also going to be up on eBay for a starting bid of $1. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I've got them, and I'm going to put them out there. This is from Israel, the Bank of Israel from 1958. This one is a half lira, and it's graded 65 gem uncirculated EPQ. We'll take a peek at this note here. That's an impressive note. Taking a look at the back, it's got the watermark. You can see the sunlight coming through for the watermark right there. Exceptional paper quality. Bank of Israel, 1958, graded 65 gem uncirculated EPQ. And to go along with this, these will both be part of the same set. This is the 1958 1 lira. This one graded 64 EPQ, choice uncirculated. Once again, you can see this particular note here. Fisherman, it looks like. And you can see the watermark right here. Very cool note. Checking out the back of that one. And you can see the strip, the security strip down the center. These two are going to be together in one lot. Once again, no idea what these go for. I'm just going to start them at $1. They're graded. Somebody paid the money to have them graded. No idea the actual value on these, but I figure someone is going to really appreciate these. So these will be on eBay for $1 as a starting bid. That is number 8. Number 7. I'm going with a fractional. This is probably the second most famous fractional, the most famous being the spinner note. This is the second most famous fractional. It is the 50-cent note featuring Abraham Lincoln. The Abraham Lincoln 50-cent fractional. I want to say this is the 4th series. This is the first note printed after Lincoln's death. 1869 is what's sticking in my head about this particular note. But anyway, the 50-cent featuring Abraham Lincoln. The price on this shows how much in demand it is. Normally, you can find fractionals for $30 to $50. This one can easily go for $200 to $300 because it has Lincoln on there. It wasn't out there for very long because then it was replaced. Was it Stanton that replaced it? I don't remember off the top of my head. When it comes to the auction, though, I'll get into much more detail on that. But anyway, the 50-cent fractional currency from, I want to say 1869, featuring Abraham Lincoln, definitely a high demand fractional note, probably the highest demand fractional that's out there. That is number 7. 10, 9, 8, number 7. Number 6. Some of you were real excited to see this when I was showing what I got in that collection purchase, and yeah, I'm gonna let you guys have this one out here too. This one is a 1990 $100 Federal Reserve note, graded Gem New 65 PPQ. And what makes this note so special is that PCGS didn't notice the error. And what is the error on this note? We'll take a look at the back too, just so you can see. The error on this note has to do with that security stripe. See that security stripe there when you hold that up to the light? They put the paper in backwards. This strip is supposed to be on this side. Take a look. If you have a 1990 $100 bill, you will see that security stripe on the other side. And yeah, that's an error. Technically, they printed this note backwards. This should be the back of the paper. This should be the front of the paper, and that would put the security strip where it belongs. They did not do that, and PCGS didn't even note it. But it is an error. So I'm going to let this one go in the auction as well. I don't know. I have no idea what the value is on something like this. But we'll find out come auction day. All right, so 10, 9, 8, 7. This one is number 6. Number 5. Speaking of errors, check this out. I know condition isn't the greatest, but it is from 1969. It's a 1969D Federal Reserve note. You can see it. It's seen some days, but with as many days as this has seen, what nobody had seen during all those days was that serial number. People love talking about gas pump errors, and they go, well, if you hold a piece of paper, you can see how there's 1 millimeter up higher like that, and that's worth $100 million. No. Is it worth $1 or $2? Maybe. This is a gas pump error. The digit is up so high. What digit it's supposed to be anyway? It's supposed to be a 6. That 6 is up so high you can barely see it, and you can start to see the top of the 7 for the next one. That's a gas pump error. That is your turn digit error. That is what is worth money. These can go for $150 to $300. Yeah, this is the error that you're looking for. So when you see all those people trying to sell it, and you have to squint and tilt your head to see which digit might be off, no, that's the error you're looking for right there. And one of you guys is going to get to take this one home. So yeah, do some research, do some homework, see what you can find on a stuck digit or a raised digit or a gas pump error. And yeah, this is going to go to somebody on Tuesday. That is number 5. Number 4. I don't know if anybody's going to go for this one, but it's kind of pricey, and it's not in the greatest condition, so mine won't be ridiculously expensive, but it is a rare note. Let me show you. I have a Martha. This is an 1886, or no, this one's the 1891 series of 1891 Martha Washington, United States, $1 silver dollar. This is a $1 silver certificate from 1891 featuring Martha Washington. It's the Martha note. Now, this note is in rough shape. Yes, it is. The only major problem, you can see this corner is maybe not 100% there, but the rest of the note's intact. And if I take this out, I mean, you can see that it is dirty. I'm going to show you the back of this as well. It is kind of limp, but it's there. It's all together. Taking a look at the center. Looks like it's just worn a little bit, but it's not worn through. Looking at this side here, it looks like there might have been a tape mark, but there's no residue or anything. It just simply might have scuffed the top there. But yeah, this Martha Washington from, you can see right there, series of 1891. Just checking out the serial number, making sure there's nothing funky about that. But yeah, these go for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Even in rough condition. I don't have my book handy right now because this isn't about values or anything. This is simply about what's coming up. But yeah, you have a shot at getting a Martha. Like I said, not crisp uncirculated by any stretch of the imagination, but you know something? When you start reading about grades, this is an 8. So check your books to see what a Martha Washington in VG8 goes for, and then take a look at what I'm going to sell it for and see if that doesn't get your attention. All right, so that one is number 4, my soon to be your 1891 Martha Washington. Number 3. This is awesome. This is the Series 1935A $1 silver certificate, the special note. It's the S note. In this particular series, they decided that they were going to try a new coating on the notes to see if they couldn't make the notes last longer. So they did an experiment. They took 1 million of these notes and they printed a red R, meaning they were regular notes, and put those in circulation. And then they printed 1 million notes with a special coating to see if it would improve how long notes would last. And on the notes with the special coating, they put an S. So this is one of those experimental notes. These will sell for hundreds of dollars in decent shape. And I don't have to tell you guys that this one is in decent shape. Does have a centerfold, not gonna lie. And holding it up to the light, you can see that fold. But also holding it up to the light, you don't see very many others. So this note is really nice. I bet this note is probably a 30, 35. I mean, I'm just trying to look at the top there. You can see here, this crease here. You can see just slightest dirt there. But the rest of the way across, I'm not seeing a whole lot of creases or anything. I'm not seeing hardly anything at all. Looks like it has a fold, not a crease. It looks like it has a light fold there. What if we look at the back? Yeah, this one's easily a 30, maybe 35, maybe 40. I mean, this one is nice. This one's nice. But anyway, this is the S note, and the S note, that's the special one. Now the thing is that with it being the S note, people understood that there was an R note, which is a regular note, and the S note, which is the special note. Everybody saved the special notes. So the S note is actually the lesser valued of the R and the S series because it was the special one. So everybody, of course, wanted to save one of those. Like I said, they only printed 1 million, and this is from 1935. So yeah, there aren't that many to begin with. The experiment ended up failing because so many people held on to the notes that they couldn't get enough of a sample size to do the comparison. So it never went about, but still one of the most in-demand experimentals ever released. That is number 3. Number 2. If I've got an S note, you know I have to have an R note. This one is not as nice as the S note, but the R notes are the ones that are tougher to get because the R notes, well, of the time, they were regular notes, and people didn't think so much of the regular note. They wanted the special note. But having the R note and the S note together, well, that's how you complete a set. I don't expect the same person to buy my R note and my S note, but if they do, you can see side by side, they're not exactly a pair. This one is pretty nice. This one's okay. This one is probably in the 20-25 range. You can see it's got a heavy crease, mainly because of the dirt marks than anything. You can see the corner. It's got handling on it. It's got, numerous folds and creases. It's not nearly as nice as the S note, but I bet you this one's still at least a 20-25, where the S note is probably 30, 35, 40. I can see any of those grades for that particular note. This one, like I said, 20, 25 maybe, but it's the R note. It's the harder one to get a hold of. So this is going to be separate. I know people like to get these in similar conditions, so that way one doesn't outshine the other. So I don't expect the same person to buy both of these, but if they do, so be it. Great. Good for you. Congratulations. So the R note from the 1935 A series, the other experimental note from that group, that is number 2. And finally, number 1, I am going to auction off one other pair, and it's these. If you guys remember when I did the video on these, this is from Maryland, and if you look here, it is from 1770. This is a colonial note from Colonial Maryland, 1770. Let's see if we can read the date on here. First of all, I want to point out how well you can read this. Here is the serial number on it, 15310. It's legible. The serial number on the other note, once again, this one is also, is this one from Maryland as well? I believe so. Also from 1770. Let's see, is this, I'm just trying to read everything that's on this one. $2, this note here, dated in, no, this one's Maryland, in Annapolis. And the cool part about this one, 1770, like I said, this one is $2. This one is $0.50. The notes are in good enough condition that you can read everything in there. You'll see that a lot of that is written in Old English, where the, like here is shillings, but it looks like it says FHIL because they used an F as a small s. Anyway, so it has the Old English writing. If you look at the backs of these, you can see how they used an impression of a leaf on both of these as your anti-counterfeiting. And does it say this on the back? Let me take a peek here. Yes, 'tis death to counterfeit. There it is. And this one here, 'tis death to counterfeit as well. Now, both of these, unfortunately, had been folded in half, and then to the point that the crease went through them, and I believe they may have been taped back together. So these are cool for what they are. How many of you have currency from the 1770s? Very few people own pieces of paper from the 1770s. These two notes are older than our country. Our country started obviously in 1776. This is 6 years prior. But that's not even what makes them so cool. What makes them so cool and why I'm selling them as a pair is look at the signatures. They're the same people. The same people signed both of these notes. Why is that important? Because these are hand signed. So the signatures are extremely similar, but just different enough to let you know that those are real signatures signed at slightly different times. You can see the ink and how the different colors, how it's very dark and how it fades off. That's all very clear. Same thing on this side here. You can see the two different, just slightly different signatures on there, even though there's enough of the signature to tell that these are definitely signed by the same person, just at different times. A very, very impressive pair of notes. So because of those signatures, that's why I want to sell these as a pair. To me, I just find them very fascinating. They are thick. That's another thing. I took these into one of my local coin shops just to have him verify that, yeah, these are, this is what these were like. You've got the real ones when they do have that thickness, when they're in a good enough condition that you can read and they still have that thickness. That is how you know that they're legit. So yeah, that is number one, the pair of colonial notes signed by the same people. So that's just kind of a little taste of what's going to go on my Christmas auction. Like I said, this is 10 groups here. I plan on doing 25. I plan on having 20 on YouTube and then 5 on eBay, and some of these will be eBay. Not all of them, obviously. But that's what you have to look forward to. All right, guys. Do your homework. You got some stuff to look up, and you got to figure out your budget for what you're going to bid on. Guys, thanks for watching. See you Tuesday.